right, let's go ahead and get started with the 6th chapter in our 8th unit, and it is over stock transactions. 2 objectives today. First one, I will learn the basic vocabulary of buying and selling shares of stock. Second, I will compute gains and losses from stock trades. So our vocabulary or key terms are here. Make sure you've reviewed those in the textbook before watching the video. Example 1. Several years ago, Marlene purchased stock for $7,241. Last week, she sold the stock for $92.19. What is her gross capital gain? So to do this, we're going to take the selling price and we're going to subtract the purchase price. Well, it says here that she purchased them for $72.41. She sold them for $92.19. And so her capital gross gain is the difference, which is $1,978. All right, go ahead and press pause, solve this, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, Brett used money he received as a gift for high school graduation to purchase 4,000 shares of stock. After he graduated, he needed to buy a car, so he sold the stock for $24.33. What was his capital gain or loss? So remember, we're going to take the selling price and we're going to subtract the purchase price. And that way it kind of tells us if it's positive, it was a gain. If it's negative, then it was a loss. And the purchase price, sorry, I only put 2 zeros. So it looks like here we have a net loss of $1,567. All right, example 2. 5 years ago, Jessica bought 300 shares of cosmetics company stock for $34.87 per share. Yesterday, she sold all of those shares for $41 per share. What was her capital gain? So we're going to take those 300 shares and multiply it by the $34.87. And when we do that, we get $10,461. That was the purchase price. And then we have 300 shares sold at $41 for $12,300 for the selling price. Remember, it's selling minus the purchase price, so it's $12,300 minus $10,461, and we see that we get a gross capital gain of $1,839. Okay, go ahead and press pause, solve this, come back when you're ready. Okay, it says Kelvin bought 125 shares of stock for $68.24. So we're going to take the 125 times $68.24. And then it says 9 months later, he sold them for $85.89. So we're going to take the $85.89 and multiply that by the 125. So the purchase price ended up being $8,530. While the selling price was $10,736.25. So again, remember selling minus purchase. And we have a total net gain, total gross gain, of $2,206.25. Okay, expand your understanding. 3 years ago, Maxine bought 450 shares of stock at X dollars. She sold them last week for Y dollars. So remember, it's selling price minus purchase price. Express her gain algebraically. Well, she sold them for Y dollars, so it's 450 times Y minus the purchase price, those same 450 shares, at her purchase price of X per share. Example 3. Randy paid $3,450 for shares in a corporation that manufactured cell phones. He sold it for $6,100. Express his capital gain as a percent of the total original purchase price. So when calculating this, we need to look at first the difference. So it's going to be the difference, or I'll rather put it, it's the change divided by the purchase price. And so when we take $6,100 and we subtract the $3,450, we get $2,650. So our proportion, or our ratio here, we've got $2,650 divided by the purchase price, which is the $3,450, which gives us 0.768. We need to express that as a percentage, so we're going to multiply it by 100. And it's a capital gain increase of 76.8%. Please press pause. Go ahead and solve this. When you're ready, come back. Okay, so it says that Allison here, bought her shares for $55 and she sold them for $35. So express her loss as a percent. So 55 minus 35 is 20. That's the change. It goes on top. And then the purchase price was $55. That goes on the bottom. So we end up with 0.36. And when we multiply that by 100 to get it to a percent, it's a percent loss of 36%. All right, next one, Andy, and it looks like I've got these in the wrong order, but we'll fix that. Andy paid W dollars for shares in a corporation that manufactured cell phones. He sold it for Y dollars. Express his capital gain as a percent of the original price. So I know that I've got W was the paying price, selling price was Y, so Y minus W gives me my difference, divided by that purchase price, and then it wants it as a percent of it, so I'm going to take the whole thing and multiply it by 100 to get it to a percent. Finally, Linda bought $800 stock in Garden Equipment Corporation. The selling price was X dollars. Express the percent increase of Linda's S potential capital gain algebraically. So go ahead and press pause, take a moment, solve that, and come back when you're ready. So we're going to take the selling price minus the purchase price, and then we're going to divide it by the purchase price and multiply it by 100 to convert it to a percent. And that's it for this particular chapter. Good job, everyone.